the princess from the stars. The night sky over New York was restless. Stars flickered unnaturally, as though something vast and angry disturbed the heavens. On the Brooklyn Bridge, Peter Parker tugged his mask tighter and perched on a steel cable, gazing upward. "Please don't be another invasion," he muttered. "Last time I missed movie night with MJ. I'm still paying for that." Then the sky ripped open. A violet comet screamed across the atmosphere, trailing fire, crashing into the Hudson River with a blast that shook the city. Water fountained skyward, and shock waves rippled across the streets. Sirens erupted instantly. Peter shot a web and launched himself toward the impact site. By the time he swung over the shoreline, helicopters were circling, floodlights glaring off the rising mist. At the center of the crater, a ship, sleek, silver, scorched by re-entry, jutted from the water like a wounded animal. And then it opened. From within staggered a figure cloaked in white-gold robes, eyes glowing faintly with starlight. Her hair shimmered like liquid silver, and though her steps faltered, she carried herself with a regal determination. Civilians gasped and scattered. Peter landed in front of her. "Okay, hi, welcome to Earth. Usually we do passports first. Who are you?" The figure raised trembling hands. "I am Liara, Princess of the Starborn Dominion." "Please," she stumbled forward, collapsing. Peter caught her instinctively, but when her skin touched his, a surge of warmth pulsed through him. His reflexes sharpened, his strength buzzed in his muscles, and for a second he swore the stars themselves flared brighter above. "What the heck was that?" Peter muttered. Before he could ask more, shadows screamed overhead. A dozen alien drones, black, winged machines shaped like jagged bats, swooped down, their cannons glowing green. "Oh good," Peter sighed. Because a falling alien princess wasn't enough tonight. He leapt into action, webbing two drones together midair and slamming them against a lamppost. But there were too many. Energy blasts ripped the street apart, sending cars flipping. Liara struggled to stand, hands glowing faintly. "They've found me," she whispered. "The hunters." Before Peter could reply, a red and gold blur streaked in, unleashing a barrage of repulsor blasts. Iron Man hovered above, HUD glowing. "Parker, you attract the weirdest dates," Tony Stark's voice crackled. "Alien royalty this time?" Peter groaned. "Not a date. She just crash-landed." As more drones swarmed, the street itself tore upward. With a deafening roar, the Hulk burst through concrete, smashing 3 drones into molten scrap with one swing. His green eyes locked on Liara. "Who's shiny lady?" Hulk rumbled. "She's with us," Iron Man snapped. "Focus on the bugs." The battle tore across the shoreline. Spider-Man zipped between drones, dismantling them with acrobatics and starlit webs that glowed whenever Liara's eyes locked on him. Hulk crushed the heaviest attackers, while Iron Man bombarded the swarm with surgical blasts. Still, the aliens pressed harder, coordinated, relentless. Liara raised her arms. A wave of brilliant white light burst from her palms, sweeping drones from the air. For a moment, the night was bathed in starlight. Breathing hard, she fell to her knees. "You cannot fight them forever. He is coming." "Who's he?" Iron Man asked, scanning the sky. Liara's voice trembled. "General Kael'thar, my betrothed and conqueror. He will burn this world to claim me." Peter blinked. "Wait, back up. Betrothed? As in marriage?" Liara met his gaze. "Among the Starborn, marriage is more than love. It is a bond of life itself. My choice binds not only hearts, but entire peoples. When I fled Kael'thar, I carried our survival with me." Tony groaned. "Fantastic. An interstellar war over wedding vows. Parker, you're grounded." But Liara shook her head. "The bond has already begun." Her fingers brushed Peter's arm, and again that surge of energy coursed through him, stronger this time. His senses sharpened, his body thrummed with alien light. "You are mocked," she whispered. "When you caught me, the right awakened. You are my chosen protector." Peter froze. Chosen what now? Hulk tilted his head. Spider-Man married? Not married. Peter yelped. "At least, I don't think so." Before the confusion could settle, the ground shook. A deep hum vibrated through the air, and high above, the clouds parted to reveal a colossal warship, black as obsidian, covering half the sky. Its presence was suffocating, its shadow falling across the city like a hand closing over prey. Liara's face went pale. "Kael'thar has found us." Iron Man clenched his fists. "Avengers, we've got incoming." Dozens more drones poured from the ship, blotting out the stars. Spider-Man pulled Liara close, every instinct screaming that this was just the beginning. And somewhere in the void above, Kael'thar himself smiled. Shadows of the Bond. The lights of New York flickered under the haunting glow of the alien warship that hovered far above, its angular form blotting out the stars. Even though the alien Princess Lyara had been hidden away in Avengers Tower, Spider-Man couldn't shake the weight of responsibility pressing down on his shoulders. She had chosen him, of all people, as the one to whom she would bond, and now Earth itself was marked by the vow. For Peter Parker, this wasn't just about heroics anymore. This was personal. The Bond's shadow. Liara's presence had already begun to ripple through the city. Wherever she went, shadows followed. The Critheri assassins, the honor guard of the galactic warlord Var'Gor, had infiltrated the streets. They stalked rooftops, cloaked in shifting black armor that seemed to drink in the light. Their orders were simple: kill Liara before the marriage bond was sealed, or bring her back to the stars in chains. At the tower, Iron Man ran diagnostic after diagnostic on Liara's crystalline pendant, a glowing relic she never let out of her grasp. "This thing isn't just jewelry," Tony muttered, his HUD scanning the artifact. "It's broadcasting. A beacon. It's how they keep finding you." Liara's silver eyes flickered with pain. "It is part of the bonding rite. Without it, the union cannot be completed. But yes, it is also a signal." "Convenient," Tony shot back. "It's like getting engaged with a GPS tracker that says, 'Come kill us.'" Hulk, leaning against the reinforced wall, growled. "Smash beacon. Problem solved." Liara looked at him with a mixture of fear and respect. "If it is destroyed, my people will think I rejected the bond. They will abandon Earth, and Var'Gor will come with his armies. You cannot break it." The room fell silent. Even Hulk didn't argue this time. A spider's doubt. That night, as Liara walked along the balcony of the tower, Spider-Man joined her, mask pulled up so she could see his face. The city glimmered beneath them, unaware of the danger looming overhead. "Why me?" Peter asked quietly. "I'm not Thor, or Captain America, or, I don't know, someone who actually has their life together. I'm just a guy trying to make rent and save my neighborhood." Liara smiled faintly, her silver hair catching the wind. "Because you see the value of life. Not as kingdoms or empires, but as individuals. The bond is not forged in strength or power, but in heart." Peter's chest tightened. He wanted to argue, but before he could answer, alarms blared through the tower. "The infiltration." Iron Man's voice crackled through the comms. "Heads up, team. We've got multiple incoming, cloaked hostiles breaching perimeter." The windows shattered inward as 3 Critheri assassins leapt into the room, blades forged from black star metal glowing with venomous green fire. Hulk roared and charged, grabbing the first assassin and slamming him through the floor. Spider-Man webbed Liara out of harm's way just as another assassin lunged for her throat. The alien warrior moved like liquid shadow, slicing through webbing with a single stroke. "Not friendly," Peter shouted, flipping backward as the blade cut inches from his mask. Iron Man soared in, repulsors blazing. "Didn't RSVP? You're not on the guest list." His blast scorched the assassin's back, but their armor adapted instantly, dispersing the energy. "They're learning," Tony warned. "And fast." Liara clutched her pendant, glowing brighter as the assassins closed in. "They will not stop until I am taken." Clash of shadows. The battle tore through the tower. Hulk grappled with two assassins at once, their blades piercing even his skin, but his rage only grew. He hurled one across the chamber and roared, "Hulk, protect Princess!" Iron Man unleashed a barrage of micromissiles that detonated in flashes of light, momentarily blinding the Shadow Warriors. Spider-Man seized the moment, swinging Liara onto a higher platform. "Stay low," he urged. But the assassins weren't here just to kill. They wanted to weaken Earth's defenders, to sow doubt in the bond. One assassin projected a psychic whisper, slithering into Peter's thoughts. "She is not yours. She is bait. A trap to draw your world into war." Peter stumbled, clutching his head as the voice grew louder. Images of destruction flooded his mind. New York burning, Aunt May screaming, Mary Jane lost in the chaos. His heart wavered. Liara grasped his arm, her hand glowing with soft light. "Do not listen. The bond gives us strength. Together." Her touch silenced the shadows in his mind. For the first time, Peter realized the bond was more than words. It was power, a connection he couldn't explain but felt in his bones. Retreat into darkness. With Hulk raging, Iron Man adjusting his attacks, and Spider-Man regaining his footing, the assassins began to falter. One collapsed under Hulk's fists, another was blasted out of the tower window by a charged repulsor beam. But the last assassin, wounded yet defiant, activated a device on his wrist. A projection flared across the sky above the tower, the terrifying visage of Var'Gor, the galactic warlord. His armored form towered within the hologram, eyes glowing like molten suns. His voice shook the air. "Earth's insects think they can protect her? She is mine. The bond will be broken, and your world will be ashes. I come for what is mine." The hologram vanished, leaving only silence and the smoking wreckage of the fight. Spider-Man stood beside Liara, his mask hiding his fear but not his determination. "Looks like he's not sending assassins anymore. He's coming himself." Iron Man exhaled sharply inside his suit. "Yeah. And when he does, we'll be ground zero." Hulk slammed his fists together, eyes burning with fury. "Let him come. Hulk smash Warlord." Liara gazed into the night sky, where the alien warship loomed closer. Her voice trembled, yet carried strength. "The bond is not yet complete. But if we finish it, Earth will not fight alone." And for the first time, the heroes realized that humanity's survival might rest not in war, but in the sacred promise of an alien union. The final battle, the bond sealed. The skies above Manhattan blazed with unnatural fire. The alien warship of Var'Gor, the Conqueror of 10 Suns, descended through the clouds, its hull alive with crimson energy veins that pulsed like the heartbeat of some cosmic beast. Sirens wailed across the city as civilians fled in terror, while the Avengers prepared for the showdown that would decide not only Earth's fate but the survival of Liara's people as well. On the tower's command deck, Iron Man scanned the warship with his HUD, calculations scrolling faster than his mind could keep up. "Okay," Tony muttered. "We're officially way past the neighborhood-friendly alien encounter phase. That ship could level the city in seconds." Spider-Man stood nearby, mask lifted halfway so Liara could see the fear and determination in his eyes. She clutched his hand, her crystalline pendant glowing brighter than ever. "He will come for me first," she whispered. "Var'Gor will not leave until he destroys the bond." Hulk cracked his knuckles and growled. Then Hulk makes sure Bond stays. The Warlord descends. The sky split open as Var'Gor himself emerged from the heart of the ship, descending on a platform of burning energy. He was colossal, armored in black and crimson plates that shimmered with molten veins. His eyes burned like dying stars. "Earth!" His voice thundered across the skyline. "You dare to keep what is mine? You dare defy the right of conquest?" Iron Man hovered into the air, suit systems blazing. Newsflash, tall, dark, and genocidal. Earth doesn't do arranged marriages. "You want her? You'll have to go through us," Var'Gor sneered, his voice dripping with cosmic arrogance. "Then you shall die first, Machine Man." The Warlord raised a hand, and a wave of energy blasted Iron Man backward through 3 skyscrapers. "Tony!" Spider-Man shouted. But before he could leap, Var'Gor landed with an impact that shook the ground, rubble flying in all directions. Liara tightened her grip on Peter's hand. "The bond must be completed before he destroys us all. But once sealed, it will bind my people's fate to Earth's." Peter swallowed hard beneath the mask. "No pressure, Parker. Just save the planet through cosmic marriage." Battle of Titans. Hulk charged first, roaring with primal fury. He slammed into Var'Gor with the force of an earthquake, driving the Warlord into a crater. But Var'Gor rose unfazed, catching Hulk's fists mid-swing and slamming him into the ground again and again. "Pathetic beast," Var'Gor growled. "Your strength is nothing before the flames of 10 suns." His armor flared, igniting with solar energy that scorched Hulk's skin, forcing the Green Giant to howl in rage. Iron Man streaked back into the fight, unleashing a barrage of smart missiles and uni-beam blasts. The explosions lit up the night, but Var'Gor merely raised a hand, bending the fire into a swirling vortex that he hurled back toward Stark. Spider-Man leapt through the storm, webbing debris out of the air, saving civilians while keeping Liara shielded behind his body. His voice cracked through the chaos. "We need to finish that bond now or we're toast." "The bonding rite." Liara stepped forward, her pendant glowing brighter than ever, resonating with Peter's presence. "Peter Parker, will you accept the bond of the Starborn? Not just as a vow for me, but for our worlds." Peter froze. Time seemed to stop around him. Iron Man barely holding the line, Hulk battered and bleeding, Var'Gor towering like a god of destruction. He thought of Aunt May, of MJ, of all the people counting on him. "I'm not perfect," he whispered, voice shaking. "But if it means saving everyone, then yes. I'll do it." Liara pressed the pendant to his chest, and a surge of cosmic light erupted, binding them together. Web-like strands of pure energy spread from Peter's heart, connecting with her crystal. The bond sealed, and with it, Earth gained the protection of the Starborn. Var'Gor howled in fury. "No. The bond is mine to claim. United front." The bond didn't just connect Peter and Liara, it amplified everything around them. Spider-Man's reflexes sharpened, his webs glowing with cosmic fire. Iron Man's damaged suit recharged through the resonance, his repulsors blazing brighter than ever. Even Hulk felt the surge, his rage tempered by strength that rivaled the stars themselves. Together, the 3 heroes launched their counterattack. Hulk grappled Var'Gor, pinning the Warlord's arms with raw, unrelenting power. Iron Man unleashed his entire arsenal, blasting the alien's armor until it cracked and sputtered. Spider-Man, empowered by the bond, swung in with a storm of glowing webs, binding Var'Gor's limbs with strands that burned like molten steel. Liara raised her hands, channeling the energy of her people through the bond. "You will not conquer us, Var'Gor. Not anymore." The combined force of Earth's defenders and the bond's light struck the Warlord with a blast that shook the city. Var'Gor screamed as his armor shattered, his form dissolving into starlight. With one final roar of defiance, he was hurled back into the void from which he came. Dawn of hope. The warship above flickered, its engines dying as the Starborn fleet disengaged. With their princess bonded, the invasion faltered. The skies cleared, revealing the first stars of dawn. Iron Man landed beside Peter and Liara, armor scorched and battered. "Well, looks like wedding bells saved the planet. Didn't see that one coming." Spider-Man pulled off his mask, sweat dripping down his face. He glanced at Liara, her silver eyes shimmering with gratitude and something deeper. "I'm not really husband material," Peter muttered awkwardly. "But if this means Earth is safe, then I'll figure it out." Liara smiled gently. "The bond is not just marriage. It is alliance, trust, and the promise that neither of us will stand alone." Hulk groaned, leaning against a broken wall. Hulk hate weddings. Too loud. Too many speeches. But this one not so bad. The heroes laughed, exhausted but victorious. Above them, the skies of Earth were safe, at least for now. And as the first rays of sunlight bathed the ruins of the battlefield, Spider-Man realized something extraordinary. He hadn't just saved New York this time. He had saved 2 worlds.